All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Jessa Johnson, and tonight we are going to be talking about signs your body needs a cleanse to kind of get us ready and discuss whether or not this is something that you want to participate in, because on January 10th of 2022, we're going to be, can you believe 2022 is right around the corner? It's just crazy. We're going to be doing our 5th annual 30-day cleanse and renewal. So if I have not met you yet, again, my name is Jessa. I have been doing doTERRA, using it and teaching others how to use it for almost 8 years. I'm a health coach. Some of my favorite topics are nutrition and cleansing. So I'm going to get really passionate tonight. And when I get really passionate, I don't mean to, I'm not yelling, I'm not angry. I just get really excited sometimes. So I want to give you a little prep for that before I go ahead and share my screen, and we're just going to jump right in. And also I really love some like communication from you, or chatting with you. So feel free to type in the chat if you have anything to add. I might be asking you to type some things in the chat. And for those of you that are watching the recording, you just missed out on being present, right? That's all right. Hopefully you'll still love it and get a ton of value. So let's go ahead and share my screen. All right, so can you guys see? Is it up? Is it good? Because once I'm in this mode, I can't see you anymore. So you'll have to unmute yourselves and tell me if there's something going on.
We can see.
All right, good. So you guys, first of all, I want you to honestly ask yourself, kind of think through these things. What would life be like if I had more energy, stronger immunity, a faster metabolism, more restful and rejuvenating sleep, improved mood, balanced hormones, overall increased sense of well-being? And what would life be like if I had less cravings, brain fog, inflammation, skin issues, respiratory issues and infections, and irritability? So honestly, ask yourself that first before we even go any further. Tonight, we're going to be talking about signs that your body is telling you, it talks to us, right? That you need a cleanse and restore. And so this is what I'm going to cover tonight. Signs your body is talking to you. What is a toxin and what do they do in the body? Benefits of cleansing. We're going to cover the cleanse products that go along with the cleanse, and then tips for a successful cleanse. And then we're going to do some Q&A if you guys have questions at the end. So before we get too serious, I want to start off on a little bit of just a funny, so we can kind of laugh together. Okay. So anybody ever felt like this? Little bloated maybe, or yeah, go ahead and type me in the chat or raise your hand if that's you. Yes, I have felt like this before. So I certainly have. And while being bloated and uncomfortable is one of the clearer signs that our body would benefit from a cleanse, there's many others that you might not associate with your body actually needing a reset. So the following slide, I want to prep you before we go there, is a list of signs that your body would benefit from a cleanse. So this is what I'm going to do when I bring up the next slide. I'm going to give you 30 seconds of silence. And I want you to skim the list and count up how many that you've seen your body in the last 3 months. Okay. So again, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, skim the list, count up how many signs you've seen in the last 3 months. Are you ready? Here we go. 30 seconds starts now. Got about 5 more seconds. Give me a thumbs up if you got it counted. Okay, so you guys got it counted? Give me a thumbs up or say, yes, I got my count. I'm not going to ask you to tell me how many unless you want to. You feel free to type it in the chat if you'd like. But if you have seen 3 or more of these in your body in the last 3 months, that means your body is asking for a reset. And I want you to ask yourself, is it possible that I've been accepting the abnormal as normal? Are there things that are happening that I've just kind of accepted and kind of living with and saying, oh, that's just me. That's what I got to deal with. Well, I hope by the end of this that you will be as excited as I am for January 10th to come around, and that we can cleanse together so you can get rid of some of these things. Okay. So our body is just telling us when we have something like this, that something's up and we want to listen to it. So these symptoms are not normal, and we don't have to accept them or live with them as normal. These symptoms are side effects of the body's attempt to eliminate toxins through different body systems. Our bodies are really, really smart, and they're designed to heal themselves. Sometimes we just need to give it what it needs to do its job. So maybe you've seen this before. This is the wellness lifestyle pyramid, or the stair step to wellness, sometimes call it, that doTERRA is really guided by. And we, starting from the bottom, this is where we create a solid foundation for health. So yes, of course, we're going to recommend that you eat right, that you exercise, that you get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and that you find ways to reduce stress. And we're going to be giving you tips throughout the cleanse on those things as well. But reducing toxic loads so often gets missed. And that is what the cleanse and restore is all about. So before we get too deep into actually reducing toxic load, what does that even mean? Anybody know what that means? Raise your hand if you know what it is. That kind of a buzzword, or you're like, I know exactly what that refers to. If you do, good. But I'm going to cover really quickly. So what is a toxin? All right. First of all, a toxin is a substance that places excess stress on the body. Toxic load is the sum of these substances that accumulate within the body and the burden that they place on our organs. So let's look at some toxins that we're regularly exposed to. Now, some we really can't avoid, like industrial pollution, radiation from EMFs, chemicals and waste in our water, car exhaust. I mean, can you really get away from those things? Most of the time, there's not much that you can do about that unless you move out in the middle of nowhere where there's just nothing around you. And pesticides, to some extent, we can avoid with our food choices. But the rest here are things that really we can avoid with some education and awareness around these things. Artificial sweeteners, food preservatives, dyes, skin, hair, and body care products like think antiperspirant, sunscreen, makeup, bug spray, shampoo, toothpaste, mouthwash, the things that we use on a daily basis. Candles, air fresheners, extermination products, like what are we putting on our lawn and getting rid of those, nasty bugs or ants or, wasps outside? What are we using for that? How much plastic are we exposing ourselves to? Our cleaning and laundry products. Now, these are all things that we have control over, right? So friends, a lot of the ingredients in these products are neurotoxins, carcinogens, known endocrine disruptors. They've been linked to cancer and asthma and eczema and brain fog and memory issues, dementia, Alzheimer's. The list goes on and on about the things that we really can take control of and avoid. And most of them do not have that little poison label on it, right? So recently, a study showed that the air inside our homes is 5 times more polluted than the air outside because of these things: the cleaners, the air fresheners, the candles, the laundry products, the things that we're using in our home. The average woman, and most of us here are women, put over 515 toxic chemicals on our skin every day within the first hour of her normal beauty routine. Just think of all the products that we put on our hair, face, skin, armpits every morning, right? The European Union has banned over 1,300 chemicals in these everyday products, and the US has only banned 8. So my desire in showing this to you is not to freak you out, but to really just raise our awareness that these toxins exist. And just because they're put in a product and sold on shelves doesn't mean they're safe. So I really want to empower you to choose differently. Now, if you have been following us for a while, you've heard of Wendy. Wendy, can you unmute and just say hi and wave? This is Wendy Berry.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
During our wellness education series, Wendy did the most fantastic class on reducing toxic load. It's about like 50 minutes, I think, and it does go into a lot of details about all these things and, some of the ingredients and how to avoid them, some clean product replacements is so good. I've been around for 8 years. I've watched many reducing toxic load classes. My favorite. So hands down to Wendy, and Wendy's going to put a link up to that in the chat so that you can get it right now. But if you're watching the recording, we can either get this link to you, but also just know that we're also going to put it in the Facebook support group that we will have up on January 10th. Okay. So what does our body do with toxins? Let's talk about some good news, right? So check this out. This is where I kind of geek out a little bit, you guys. And I get really excited and passionate because I think our bodies are so freaking cool what they do. Okay, so here's what happens. When we are exposed to toxins, first it goes to the liver. And if the liver is overloaded with more toxins than it can handle, the body stores these excess toxins in our fat cells. So let me repeat that, okay? If our liver cannot filter out the toxins, our body's immune response, natural immune response, is to hide those toxins in our fat cells to protect our organs from toxin exposure. That's it. So it's doing its job. So just like when we get a bruise, there's natural blood flow to the area to heal it. Or when we get sick, there's white blood cells are released to help us get healthy. This is a natural immune response of our body. So just as a side note, I want to talk to those of you that have really struggled with weight loss for a second. I hope that it's really helpful to understand this concept. Because yes, of course, it's about diet and exercise and rest and sleep and reducing stress. But also your fat cells could just be doing their job and they are protecting your organs from toxins. So I want you to be encouraged that when you do a cleanse, that you may and you make those lifestyle changes also to reduce that toxic load on a daily basis, that you may finally start to see results. I hope that's an encouragement to somebody. So we've talked about why our bodies need to cleanse from toxins. Let's look at the benefits, right? The good stuff. So you can expect to see an enhanced mood. It's going to support a healthy weight, like I just talked about. It's going to improve digestive function. So yes, you're going to poo. Okay, that's one of the main things that's going to happen from a cleanse. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. It's going to enhance your metabolism. It's going to support your nervous system, increase your energy, improve elimination and natural detox process of the body. So why do we actually get these benefits when we cleanse? It's because 70% of our immunity is in our gut. 90% of our feel-good, happy chemicals like serotonin are produced in our gut. And when our gut is performing optimally and our liver is actually able to do its job filtering these toxins and everything's working together like it's created to do and designed to do, then all of a sudden our body is able to do what it was created and designed to do. Cleansing resets the body. So let's talk about the 3 phases. So I like to kind of look at it like gardening. So there's 3 phases to the cleanse. First of all, it's 30 days. And I'm going to go through the products in the next slide. So hold tight. But let's look at this first phase. The first phase, kind of like gardening, is going to be loosening the soil. We're going to be supporting our pathways of elimination. The second phase, the second 10 days, is going to be like pulling the weeds, where we're eliminating our toxin accumulations. We're going to be helping the body rid itself of those toxins. And then the third phase is we're going to be where you're replenishing the soil, where we're going to be supporting our cellular health and our gut microbiome. Okay, so what does that look like? I know there's a lot on this slide. Please know that the one on the right, we're going to be giving you a copy of that so you can print out and actually mark it off. It tells you exactly how to take the products, when to take the products, when to switch. Don't worry, all that's going to be provided for you. But if you focus on the left, I'm just going to highlight the items that are up across the top here are the ones that we're going to be taking the entire 30 days. So that includes Lifelong Vitality Pack, a lemon or citrus oil, your Terrazyme, and your Zendocrine Complex. And then you can see, again, here's our 3 phases where we're going to be taking Zendocrine soft gels during the first 10 days. Then we stop and we start with the GX Assist during the middle 10 days. Then we stop. And for the last 10 days, we take DDR Prime, which stands for damaged DNA repair. It's one of my favorite products that doTERRA has, and our probiotic. So we're going to go into more detail about what these products do and what's happening in your body for those that care. What I have learned is that when we do this cleanse, not everybody cares. And I used to go through like all the details, and I could sit here and talk for hours about all the benefits of the products and what they're doing. We're going to do that in the cleanse group. And if you don't care, skip it. If you just want to take the products and you know you're going to get the benefit, then perfect. You can skip those things, but just know that a little bit more education is going to be coming around what these products do and how special they are and how different they are. Okay. So let's take a look at the cost of the products. If you are not yet a wholesale member with doTERRA, you want to be, because you're going to get 25% off of retail. So the Cleanse and Restore kit, it comes with everything that you need. And that the cost of that is going to be $280. It's going to come, that also comes with wholesale prices for a full year. It's going to give you support through the cleanse in our group. And also you'll get access to our VIP oil community. So if you're a member, it's likely that you probably have some of these products on hand already. And so if that's you, then I recommend purchasing what you need a la carte on your loyalty rewards order so that you can earn those valuable doTERRA dollars and get free stuff, right? And then I've highlighted 2 products here. And I'm going to take just a second here and kind of talk a little bit about these. I'm going to recommend you get an extra bottle of both of these. So the first one here is the Zendocrine Complex. The Zendocrine Complex is all about supporting your cleansing organs. And if you can take this for 2 weeks to 4 weeks before the cleanse starts, you're going to get some enhanced benefit. Now, if you don't watch this in time, or you only get a couple days in, you're still going to benefit from the cleanse, right? But if you can, I highly, highly recommend getting an extra bottle of this and starting right now and taking 2 a day, in the morning and at night, to prep your body and get it ready for the cleanse so that the benefits can be enhanced. The second one I'm going to recommend that you get an extra bottle of is Terrazyme. Okay. Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme. You're going to have it around for a couple different reasons, an extra bottle for a couple different reasons. One, if you have an extra bottle, you can take one in the morning and at night on an empty stomach, where you're going to get some added benefits about cleaning up undigested proteins in your blood is what it does when you take it on an empty stomach. It's super cool what this product does. The 1 bottle is enough to take 1 with each meal. So having an extra bottle around, let's say, now this doesn't happen all the time, but if somebody happens to be constipated or they aren't having a bowel movement every single day, then I recommend increasing Terrazyme pretty significantly until we have a healthy bowel movement and can get those bowels moving every day. And Terrazyme is going to be a huge part on that. Now, if you have oils already and you have some digestion or the peppermint and tarot coated soft gels, those are also good options, but the Terrazyme is my go-to for number 1 on that. Okay, so I can't not share a little bit about this because when you purchase 200 product value in December, then you're going to get these 3 free oils. You get Holiday Love, you get a frankincense and a myrrh. These are 5 mLs. And doTERRA is doing a really cool promotion right now around that called You Buy, You Get, right? So you buy the 200 product value, you get these 3 free oils, and we give. So what that means is doTERRA is donating $5 to the Healing Hands Foundation for every 200 product value order that comes in December, which is really cool. I already checked, and I think it was, we were like 850,000 already to our goal of 2 million. And that 2 million is going to help build out a hospital in the Snag region of Somaliland. So really, really cool what doTERRA is doing. Also, I just wanted to throw up here this week only while supplies last, we have some really great stocking stuffers. So the cleanse kit itself is 175 product value. So if you're needing an extra 25 to get those 3 free oils, you can do an extra Terrazyme, an extra Zendocrine Complex, or some of these. Throw some on there and give somebody the gift of wellness this month. Okay, so actually, let me go back here really quick. I just have 2 more things that I'm going to cover with you before we go into Q&A. Okay, and those are the top 2 FAQs that I get when it comes to cleansing, which is 1, what do I eat or can I eat? Like most cleansing that people have heard of is they're starving themselves. So we're going to cover food a little bit. And then the next one we're going to talk about is poo. Now, I told you we're going to be talking about some bowel movements. Those are the 2 most common questions I get. So let's talk about that right away. And then the last thing I'm going to cover is tips for a successful cleanse so that you can be prepping and thinking about that now. Okay, so food. Let's talk about this. Just like oils are not created equal, right? There's lots of products out there calling themselves essential oils, and we know they're not. We know the quality is not there. Just like oils are not created equal, cleanses are not created equal. Cleansing gets a really bad rap, like this one on the left. So I have a quick little story for you. 12 years ago, when I was first introduced to cleansing, I wanted to lose some baby weight. Maybe it's 13 years now. And so, by the way, don't cleanse while you're breastfeeding. Just a thought, like if you're breastfeeding, that's another question I get. Don't do that while you're breastfeeding. So after I was on breastfeeding, I was trying to lose some baby weight. I was introduced to this cleanse right here. And guess what? I lost weight. I lost 7 pounds in 3 days. And I was miserable. I drank awful tasting chalky drinks. I ate no food for 3 days. I was irritable. I was starving. They told me I could have some almonds every once in a while or half an apple. I was miserable, and yet that weight was back a week later. That's what happens when we do this. Please don't do this kind of cleanse. I know it's tempting for some rapid weight loss, but rapid weight loss from not eating slows your metabolism, and you're actually doing your body way more harm than good. You're depriving your body of nutrients, and it weakens your immune system. It stirs up toxins. So those are reasons not to do that type of cleanse, okay? A good cleanse is going to encourage you to eat a whole food diet while supporting the body's natural detox functions. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving you some products that is going to support your natural detox functions while encouraging you to eat a whole food diet. Now, the easy button for me during the cleanse is Whole30, which is basically like, let's just make it super, super simple. Focus on the rainbow, raw fruits and vegetables, clean protein, eat whole foods, and avoid things from a box that are processed, avoid fast food, and avoid ingredients, that are listed out that you don't know how to pronounce or what they are. So that's kind of this simple breakdown on that. Now, you do not have to do that. You do not have to make any changes at all in your diet, and you're still going to receive some benefit because of these products. However, you will see a significant enhanced benefit if you're able to do that. And I'm going to talk about 3 levels of play in a couple of slides here, where you can kind of opt in on what am I going to do here? And then I'm going to help you decide and commit to what you're going to do. Okay. Next question I get is, am I going to spend all day in the bathroom? Hopefully not. That's not the goal here, right? The goal is to get your bowels moving a little bit. And so that you're having a bowel movement on a daily basis. That is what we want to do. Think how dogs and babies poop, right? They eat and then they poop. So that's a sign of a healthy bowel system that's moving, right? So you see a picture of the guy dancing here. Anybody watch Mary Poppins before? Like, of course, I'm showing my age here a little bit, but I loved the show growing up. I sing every song, could memorize it. I could probably tell you the whole thing right now. Anyway, whenever I think of a chimney sweep, I think of these guys. So when I was 10 years old, we moved into a house in the country. And the first winter that we were there, we were so excited because the house actually had a real fireplace with a real chimney. And I had all these visions of sitting in front of the fire and, just cuddling up. And I just had all these visions of actually using this fireplace. Unfortunately, the chimney desperately needed a sweep, but we didn't know that. And as soon as we got the fire going, instead of the smoke and debris going out the chimney like it's supposed to, it actually came back into the house because the chimney, you see some of you laughing. It came back into the house because the chimney was not functioning properly. So we had to open up the doors and the windows to let the smoke out. And we had a whole heck of a lot of debris to clean up. You guys, this is the same thing with our bodies. That smoke and debris had to go somewhere. If those toxins are not being eliminated out of our primary chimney, which is the intestinal tract and the urinary system, then it is going to come out in our secondary chimneys, which are our respiratory system and our skin. Which, if you think back on those signs that your body needs a cleanse, that's what your body is telling you. It's if we're having some of these other issues, it's because we need to get our primary chimney functioning better. So that our cleanse is going to give us that chimney sweep so that we can get our body moving properly. Okay. Okay, let's go over tips. We're going to be here a little while. If you guys have any questions or you want to talk about these, then please unmute yourself. Let's talk about it. If you have other tips as well, I know we have a couple other experts here that have also led people through a cleanse, and would love to hear if you have any extra tips, or maybe you've cleansed before and you have some. But these are some of the basic ones. I want you to write your goal down and tell someone. So why are you cleansing? Why specifically are you cleansing? What were those signs that you counted at the beginning that you are sick of dealing with, that you don't want around anymore, that you're not going to accept the abnormal as normal anymore? What is it that you want to happen from this? Do you want to sleep better? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want your mood to be increased? Do you want to lose some weight? What is it? It's going to be different for every single one of us. And something happens when you write it down, and especially when you tell someone. When you say, I'm committing to this, I'm doing this 30-day cleanse, and you're reminding yourself what you want out of it, because taking all these pills every day and doing it for 30 days and being consistent and making some changes in your diet it might not always be the easiest thing. So if you can remind yourself really why you're doing it, that's going to be really important. So that's one of my biggest tips, is to write down your goal and keep it in front of you and tell someone to help them so that they can help hold you accountable. Plan and prepare. Okay. Tell your family. So I'm going to just give you an example, you guys. When I'm during the cleanse, I'm also eliminating alcohol. And so I told my husband, can you hide our wine? Hide our wine, and please don't drink in front of me, because I enjoy a glass of wine with our meals, and I'm not going to be drinking during this time. I'm actually starting now to prep my body. And so I'm going to be going at least 60 days without that. And so I've talked to my family, I've asked them. And so I want to encourage you to do that as well. If maybe your favorite thing is to grab pizza every Tuesday night, I don't know. And maybe your family can still do that, but it sure would be helpful for you if you all did something different together. So talk to your family about that. All right, next one is drink lots and lots of water to help flush out your toxins. You probably heard you want to drink half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you cut in that half as 100, and you drink 100 ounces per day. That's minimum. When you're cleansing, you want to do it more. And add lots of citrus in there to continue to help detoxify while you're drinking your water. Set reminders and or habit stacking. So if this is new to you and you're not used to taking a pill every morning and every evening and with every meal, then put reminders in your phone. Another thing that's really good to help you get into the habit of something is to stack it onto another habit. So if you are, maybe it's when you brush your teeth, or what's something that you do on a regular basis already without fail that is not difficult at all. I make my morning coffee. I have my morning coffee without fail every single morning. So my supplements are sitting beside my coffee as a reminder. It's right there, stacked next to another simple, easy habit. Cleanse with a friend. Hopefully a family member will do this with you, but when you have somebody else doing it with you and holding you accountable, somebody you can talk about it with, it's really helpful. Use the support that we're providing in the Facebook group. We're going to be giving you reminders of when to switch. We're going to give you some education, some encouragement. When you have questions, pop in there and ask them what's going on. I wasn't expecting this, or, whatever it is, ask. Use that Facebook group. Give yourself grace and forgive yourself. Okay. If you say, like, this is my goal and I'm not going to drink alcohol, or I'm cutting out sugar or whatever, and you do forgive yourself as if it was your best friend. If your best friend said they were going to do something and they messed up, what kind of grace would you give them? Do that for yourself. And then also, we're going to celebrate every win. This is really important. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get this new habit in with Miracle Morning and waking up at 6:30 every morning. It's a half an hour early every morning. When I wake up at 6:30, like actually get out of bed, I'm so excited, and I congratulate myself. I congratulate my body for waking up. So when you drink all those ounces of water, or when you remember to take your vitamins, the cleanse products, celebrate that win and congratulate yourself. And the more you can get into that, the better you're going to do here. Okay, choose your level of play. Let's talk about that for a second. Now, I mentioned a couple different things, the endocrine complex and food, right? There are some other things as well that you're going to do better during this cleanse if you implement. So kind of, I like to look at it like three different levels. Level one would be, I am just going to take the cleanse products. I'm not going to change anything else in my life. I'm just going to take the cleanse products. You will get some benefit from that. Number two is, okay, I'm going to try to make like one change in my diet. And you pick what that is. Like, what's the one thing you're going to eliminate, or what's something the extra that you're going to add? Maybe you're going to add dark leafy greens and have a salad every day. Just decide what you're going to do and make a change and commit to it. And level three is, okay, I'm going to go a little bit more all in. I'm really going to work on my exercise. I'm going to work on getting to bed on time. And I'm going to make several changes in my diet and really focus on those whole foods. Don't set yourself up for failure either. I think it's really important to recognize where you are at. We're all at a different place. If right now you're eating fast food every day, and you have sugar every day, it might not be a very good decision. Let's be honest. It's like, okay, I'm going to go all in and do this. I don't want you to set yourself up for failure. Aim for that, but maybe go for that number two goal and choose a couple things that you're going to do during this time. So really think about your level of play when you're writing down your goal and what you want to get out of this. And again, tell someone what you're going to do there. 90 days. What do I mean by this? So I'm talking about this first 30 days now to kind of prep your body. What are some things that you can do to get ready for the cleanse? And then you have 30 days during the cleanse. And then I really want you to consider what you're going to do after the cleanse to set yourself up for success going forward. Because when you're spending the time and the effort and the money to do the cleanse, what are you going to do afterwards? And I will tell you that we're going to be talking about that a little bit towards the end of the cleanse in the Facebook group. But just to prep yourself, I want to really invite you, encourage you, challenge you to at least stay on that Lifelong Vitality Pack for 2 months after the cleanse. Let the body continue to be fed the nutrition and nutrients that it needs after you've done this cleanse, so that it can continue to kind of do that reset. Last one, decide and commit. There's such power when we make a decision and when we voice it and just decide, this is what I'm going to do. So I really want to encourage you to do that as well. And just to wrap up our time together before we do some Q&A, my hope is that all of you that are here and watching the recording can walk away confident that you can start somewhere. You don't have to accept the abnormal as normal, and you can actually do something about those things that you've been dealing with. There's a lot proactively that we can do, right? I promise your body will thank you. So that's all I have. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up to questions. If you guys have anything that you want to chat about.
I have a question.
Sure.
I currently take PB Assist every day. So during the cleanse, then I know you're supposed to take it. I think it was the last 10 days, I think.
Yes.
Do I just cut it out during this time and then just start it back in then?
That's such a great question, because I think, especially for those of us that have been around for a while and we have a good plan already for our customized supplementation, I don't recommend quitting. During that 10 days in the middle when we're taking the GX Assist, I kind of treat that like an antibiotic. So if somebody had to go on an antibiotic, you'd take your antibiotic at one time and then you kind of wait your 4 hours and take your probiotic. So if you're already taking a probiotic, just take your GX Assist at a different time period.
Okay.
And then during those last 10 days, you may want to increase it a little bit. So it recommends that we do 1 to 3 at night before we go to bed. And so I don't know how many you're taking per day right now.
Just 1.
Okay. So keep with your 1, because that's what your body needs and you're doing it for a reason. Just alternate it with the GX Assist during the middle 10 days. And then that last 10 days, maybe add in another 1 or 2 in the evening before you go to bed. Okay. That's a great question, because I take DDR Prime every single day. for a lot of reasons. And that's something that's only in the last 10 days. And I don't stop that. I continue to take that.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else? Would you guys, oh, go ahead.
This was great, Jessa. It's, it's good to get all those reminders and to see what's like normal, what's not normal. And, we become accustomed to, okay, this is how I feel. Well, I guess that's how I feel. But it's really, you could feel better. So that was a great reminder to look at that slide with, what's going on for us, just like looking in. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sometimes I think we forget how good we can feel.
Exactly.
Anybody else?
Can I add a little suggestion on tips for a successful cleanse?
Please.
Because I do a lot of cleansing myself too. As you're preparing right now and thinking about your schedule, see if you can schedule in time to move your body. Get your heart rate up and help your circulation to help eliminate the toxins that get into your, bloodstream. It doesn't have to be a hardcore workout if your body's not used to it, but even just getting outside and going for a 30-minute brisk walk or something like that. Just try to plan that and schedule that into your day if you can. I mean, it's not a deal breaker if you can't, but if you can, it just helps get the blood circulating and getting rid of those toxins.
Love it, for sure. All right, anybody else?
One of the other things that I've been doing for years that I learned a long time ago is, and especially during this, is cook once, eat twice. So you can prepare your dinner and prepare enough of it so you have it for lunch the next day. Because here's the thing, you need to be prepared. You're going to need lunch, so you might as well get it prepared the night before. And if you work out of the house, make sure you take everything you need with you so that you stay on track and you don't go for that fast food.
Great advice. Great advice. And I feel like too, when we're in the middle of in the cleanse group, we're going to be doing a lot more of this kind of, not holding hand, but really just being your cheerleader and giving you some tips and really helping it be successful.
Will it be a different Facebook group, or is it in Franny's group, or where will it be?
We're going to create one specifically for the cleanse because we have a lot of different people and teams joining us. So yeah, we'll create one for that. Great question.
When are you going to start that group, Jessa?
All right, guys. Okay, so our cleanse actually starts on the 10th. I probably won't start it until maybe like 3 to 5 days before. Okay. Just possibly a week before. I haven't totally decided yet, but definitely a couple days after we get back from the new year and school started. Like my kids go back to school on January 4th. So sometime after that is when it will start.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time.
Me too. I'm ready. I need a cleanse right now. I am that frog that's like, I'm totally ready.
Yes. After all of the holiday foods and treats. Oh,
we're going to be even more ready, right?
Yeah, this will be my first one. I've been curious about it.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. It's going to be great.
Well, you've got a good support group to cheer you on.
Definitely.
All right, friends. Well, thanks so much for joining us and for taking some time this evening. And we'll be in touch. Please reach out if you have any more questions. And that group will be up in early January. All right.
Thank you.
Feel free to share this recording with anybody that could benefit from a cleanse, right? This is open for anybody. Okay.
Great.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great presentation.